I'll tell you what, this soccer manager is absolutely fantastic. It's bloody brilliant, honestly. Oh, I've just got a text. It's from Calamundo. What? In a bit, boss. Hope you bottle it. Why has he called himself Big Cal? Big Cal? What? Right. It's the first time I've ever heard him call himself that. Hold on, what does he mean? He's not going anywhere. It's like he's saying his goodbyes. Hold on, what? What? Oh, for God's sake. Brilliant, brilliant. Exactly what I needed going into the latter stages of the season. Oh, I didn't realise his loan wasn't till the end of the year, and it came to an end in January. Oh, right. Ivan, we need to panic. We need to get someone in pronto. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 35 of the Sunderland Till I Die series here on Football Manager 2021. And of course, if you are enjoying today's episode or any of the videos released on this channel, make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell so you are alerted when these videos are live. We are coming towards not only Regen Day, but also the end of the season. So you are going to want to keep up to date on these videos to see whether or not we get promoted. And your eyes aren't deceiving you, viewers. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. If you just take a look at the league table, I had no faith in the last episode. We're in the automatic spot, viewers. How have we done that? You're going to have to stick around to find out. I literally had no idea that Calamundo was going to leave us in January. Literally not a clue. I mean, the only sort of slight positive about Calamundo leaving is he's off the wage budget, I think. I think we were paying a little bit of his wage. And he hasn't been particularly great for us this year either. Apart from the start of the season, he was pretty good. Since then, he's been atrocious. So it was more the shock than anything. It wasn't like, oh God, we lost our best player. It was more, I realised going into a game, straight after the last episode, I had no striker. So it was, I had to play McKenna, and, well, we know what it's like when we have to play McKenna, but I did have to bring someone in, and that man is, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, Mr. Ivan Gassant. Is that how you say it? Ivan Gassant? I don't know. If you know, if I said it right, put it in the comment section so I am aware. But I'm going to be honest, not much thought went into this signing. It was a little bit of a panic buy, or panic loan, should I say. We're going from Burnley. Now, to be fair to him, since he's come in, he's been pretty decent, and he is very similar to what sort of Calamundo offers. So, in some ways, it's a like-for-like. It's a like-for-like, basically, and it was. He's not a bad striker by any means. Is he going to score 15, 20 goals this season? Probably not. But is he going to get us across the line and hopefully score a few important goals? Yes, I have faith, viewers. I have faith. Now, we are paying Ivan quite a lot of money. As it was a panic buy, I didn't really have an option. We are paying him $7,500 per week, which is quite a lot. And it's also compounded by that 140k playing monthly fee that will come into effect. I mean, even the unused monthly fee is 140k. So, considering our financial situation, that perhaps isn't really ideal. But considering the circumstances, I had to do something, and Ivan was the best option on the loan market, and I had to go for him, so at least we had a capable striker up top that could score some goals. Now, scoring goals he has been doing. In 6 games, he scored 2 goals with a 6.82 rating, so he's had a okay start to his Sunderland career. He did play a game in the Premier League and in the Championship the year before. Burnley bought him for 2.9 million, and now they're loaning him out. I mean, to be fair to him, he scored a goal on his Premier League debut, and he got a good rating in the Championship. So fingers crossed he can bring that experience over to League One, and he can absolutely dominate every team he come against. But yeah, that is the situation we're in right now. Calamundo's gone. Ivan Gassant has come in to replace him. No other signings were made. I didn't have any intention of signing anyone towards the end of the window, but Ivan was the man that had to come in, and he's the only man that has come in. So since the last episode, which was, of course, the dominant performance against Crewe, 3-0 victory at home. Since then, we played a lot of games in the league. A lot of the games only winning or losing by a slight margin. There's 5 1-0s, I've just realised, in a row, which is absolutely ridiculous. A 0-0 and 2 2-1s in there. So we managed to pull our form around, and we managed to string quite a few victories together, which did allow us to shoot right up the table. Now, a lot of the teams that we did play against since last episode are teams that are around the relegation zone or battling not to get relegated. So there's definitely teams here that we are fully expected to win. I'm pretty sure, actually, every single team here was in the relegation zone or is like in the bottom like 10 positions. It's a shame I can't actually have a look where they are like on this screen. But the first game that you did miss was a 1-0 win. This was the game where I realised I didn't have a striker. We had to play Fraser McKenna and get on the score sheet. Of course he bloody did. 1-0 win at home against Wimbledon. Now, going into these games, despite the win against Crewe, I did change our system a little bit. We stuck with the 4-2-3-1 as it did work against Crewe, but I did change the presets, like what sort of style of play we were doing. I think I went from control to gegenpress. As we know, gegenpress is the way to go, and it worked. A tactical change from me actually worked, and it started with this victory against Wimbledon, where we were the much better side. Don't get me wrong, Wimbledon had some good chances, but McKenna was able to get us the victory just before half-time. And they say it in real life, and it's definitely the case in Football Manager. You want to get, if you can get a goal right before half-time, it's a beautiful thing. You go into the dressing room, everyone's happy, momentum's on your side, and the morale is skyrocketed. And it was definitely the case here. We were the much better side. Really, really good performance from McKenna, it must be said. Even without the goal, he was linking things up. He had a bit of a point to prove, and McKenna definitely did that. Unfortunately, to be fair, I was debating whether or not to keep McKenna in the side and maybe stick with him to the end of the year. But considering his performances throughout the rest of the year, not like if we exclude this game, he hasn't been great, so I didn't really want to risk it, especially going towards the latter stages of this year. So unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to keep his place, even with a good performance. And we followed that game up with another win, an away win against Wigan, where Mr. Pritchard got a 90th minute winner. Wigan was probably the trickiest game that we had throughout these run of games, and my God, were we lucky. I feel like in every episode so far, we've had that one game that I've showed you where we somehow get the victory, and that, in this episode, is this game. 1-0 win against Wigan, one shot on target for us, and it came in the 90th minute, courtesy of Pritchard. Very, very boring and dull game. Not a lot happened. I mean, the stats say that, right? Like, not much happened. No team had a clear-cut chance. But when the chance fell to Pritchard, he was able to get us all 3 points. Hero of the night. And the wins, they're stacking up, viewers. The good results are stacking up. And we were hoping to keep that going with another game against Rotherham. Rotherham in 21st. So you're probably looking at this saying a 1-0 win against Rotherham. Isn't that impressive? I don't care. I really don't care. And in this game, Ivan Gesand got his first goal in a Sunderland shirt, coming quite late on once again in the 70th minute. And it was quite nice to see him linking up with some of the other attacking players, the likes of Mier and Harrop. I did have to switch up a few of where the players were positioned, just because we had a few fitness issues, a few injuries. So Mier, who would normally play in behind the striker, had to play on the left, where he played really, really well, to be fair to him. And there was a lot of other good performances, but I think the entire team deserves credit, not because of the win, but because of the change of tactics, the change of system, the change of roles that all the players are having to sort of adapt to, and they've adapted really, really well. Obviously, this 4-2-3-1 is completely different to what we have played, the obviously Christmas tree formation, the 4-3-2-1. So credit where credit's due. The boys have really adapted really, really well. And to actually get some victories by changing our system quite a lot, it's a good thing to see. It's a really, really good thing to see. Unfortunately, we weren't able to string 5 wins together, as the next 2 games are other 1-0, another 1-0 scorelines against Ipswich and Forest Green, respectively. 2 losses in a row, viewers. 2 bloody losses. It's unacceptable. Another game where one of the teams only had 1 shot on target and they scored that 1 shot. Unfortunately, it wasn't us. It was Ipswich and another late goal, except it's not us scoring it, it's us conceding it. In the 80th minute, Gibbs put Ipswich 1-0 up. And another drab match, another really dull affair between two teams. I'm not too sure how good Ipswich are. I mean, looking at their performances, there was a lot better performances in the Ipswich side than there was in our side. Where are Ipswich? I feel like they're not particularly great. They're 18th, so a really, really poor performance against a pretty poor Ipswich side, especially at home. So, you know, all the fans have come in, they saw us win 4 games, and they're like, we're going to smash Ipswich. No, we didn't. I'm so sorry, the Sunderland faithful. And to all of you, I haven't just let them down. I've let you down as well. I can only apologise that. But then we did follow that up with another. Can you guess? Go on. I'll give you... What can I give you? I'll give you... 1 second. I'll find something to give you. This is once in a lifetime offer, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you get it correctly. I will offer you some Dettol wipes, everyone. You know, they're almost empty. But I'll offer you some Dettol wipes if you can guess what the score was without looking at the schedule. I've realised my plan's going to be foiled here because you can literally just look at the screen. Sometimes, like... oh, honestly, sometimes I amaze how stupid I can be. Oh. Second loss in a row was a 1-0 loss against Forest Green away from home, where Gasson's having another poor performance, despite scoring on his, I think it was his League One debut. Since then, he's been pretty poor. We have sort of been changing some of the players around a little bit. Obviously, once again, I've been forced into that due to injuries and fitness. So maybe that is having a little bit of an impact. And of course, with Gasson coming in very late on, maybe it's taken him a little bit of time to adapt to not only playing with some new teammates, but also the league. So what I did in my training is I did add a little bit more team cohesion and community outreach just to try and get the squad's atmosphere and the morale a lot higher. So for the likes of Gasson, who's coming quite late on, they can sort of gel together quite quickly. But in this game, Forest Green scored very early on in the 15th minute in a game that was very, very even. You can see from the expected goals graph, it was literally like for like pretty much. We did have the edge in terms of the expected goals. Unfortunately, Forest Green were the clinical side, scoring and getting all 3 points. And out of these 2 games, I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little bit nervous that this tactic was potentially going to be torn apart. But we were able to turn it around, not against Carlisle, but against Burton. I know Burton are particularly poor. They're 24th, and they're going to get relegated, everyone. So everyone wave to Burton. Bye, Burton. Bye. Sorry. You're in the mud. And so are Bolton, to be fair. I sort of like Bolton. I'm not going to lie. So it'll be gutting to see Bolton go. But we beat Burton 2-1. Jimmy Dunn and Sam Hughes are 2 centre-backs getting on the score sheet. Love to see it. And it was 2 set pieces. And you fully expected us to get the victory here. Very, very good performance from the boys. Shame that we couldn't score a few more. The likes of maybe Harrop and Gasson getting on the score sheet. Get their momentum going a little bit. Because I feel like for Gasson, once he scores 1 or 2... like in 2 matches or something like that, he'll sort of go on a little bit of a roll, and I'm hoping that will be the case. Unfortunately, we weren't able to keep a clean sheet as Burton decided to be party poopers and scored in the 87th minute. Honestly, selfish little fellows. They could have literally just sat back and been like, we're going to lose this game, let's just not attack. But no, they decided to be selfish and score a goal. So they're going to get relegated anyway. So what does it matter if you score a goal? You've just upset my defence now. Marin getting a 6.7 rating. He's fuming. When that goal went in, he was like, I'm just not going to defend for the rest of the game. But yeah, really good performance. 3 points. No clean sheet. It's disappointing. And we didn't get another clean sheet against bloody Fleetwood. But Ivan Kassan got on the score sheet, and 2 very, very late goals in the 92nd and the 95th minute. George Dobson scoring penalties. I know, Sunderland scoring penalties. What is going on? It's the end of the world. It's the bloody apocalypse. What is becoming clear with this tactic is that we have games where we're very, very dominant. Weirdly, I feel like these games are more away from home than they are at home, which you'd expect it to be the other way around. And then we'll have games where not a lot happens and we just are so blunt in attack and we literally just do nothing throughout the entire 90 minutes. Thankfully, this wasn't that game. Dobson getting himself on the score sheet courtesy of a penalty in the 25th minute, and then Gassan thankfully scoring a goal in the 92nd minute just to secure all 3 points as Fleetwood, 2 late goals, 2 no clean sheets. Fleetwood decided to once again be selfish and score in the 95th minute. That's even more selfish than Burton. You're literally losing the game and you think scoring in the 95th minute is going to make you feel better. No, where are Fleetwood? The 19th. So in the bloody mud, viewers, in the bloody mud. Right, so today's game is a very, very big one. Of course, it is against Peterborough and we are second in the league. Pulling our form round has resulted us shooting right up the table and getting a massive gap from Shrewsbury, who are in 7th. A win here, of course, won't put us anywhere near Peterborough, but it might put a little bit of pressure on them. I've just seen from the average ratings, Jimmy Dunn and Sam Hughes. Wow. Okay, then we must have the best defence in the league, right? Surely. 27 goals. We do. We haven't scored many, but we do have the... Yeah, we do. I mean, goals-wise, we're bang in the middle. That's what saved us this year, is that we've just been fantastic in terms of defensive ability, apparently. Sam Hughes and Jimmy Dunn are Virgil van Dijk and Sergio Ramos together, apparently. Blimey. Should I I'm not going to rename them. That would be ridiculous, Alex. But this game is going to be extraordinarily difficult, so feel free to put some score predictions in the comment section. Let me know what you think the result will be. And if you get it right, you not only get a debtor wipe, but you will also get... what you will get a very, very valuable Lyle's Golden Syrup. Yeah, once in a lifetime offer, viewers, so get on it. If you get it right, I'll send this to your address in installments over the next 20 years. Come on, like, it's a good offer. It's a good offer. But you won't see this offer in Morrison's, let me tell you that much. If I named a supermarket after myself and I did sell syrup, what would I call it? Alco? Alco sounds like a supermarket. It's like, sounds like Tesco, but I'm sure Tesco will be absolutely fine with it. As long as we don't open it alongside Tesco, it'll be they'll be happy with it. I'll just use my charisma and the fact that I own a fantastic football team, and they'll have no problem with it. Alco is selling Lyle's Golden Syrup, everyone, in stores in about 50 years. Going into today's game, we are, of course, going to be sticking with our normal 4-2-3-1. And this is going to be your 11 going into today's game against Peterborough. Lee Burge in goal, Luke O'Nine, Sam Hughes, Virgil, Jimmy Dunn, Andrew Merrin in defence. George Dobson, Jordan Rossiter making up the 2 midfielders. Josh Harrop, Embleton, Amier, and Ivan Gossant getting themselves as your attacking quadruple. Now, I would quite like a few goals in this game, but Peterborough are, of course, top of the league, and they've probably been absolutely fantastic. Although, they had a very poor January. That's probably what's allowed other teams to sort of close in on them a little bit, and they have just lost their past 2 games. So, morale in the camp may be relatively low, which we could take advantage of. Now, the good thing is that we're not suffering from any fitness or injury issues, which of a game of this magnitude where it's probably going to be very intense, a lot of tackles flying in, we need it. We need it. So with a win here, we could close within 5 points of Peterborough, and I don't know how many games we need until we secure the playoffs. Of course, I would very much like to secure the automatic promotion now that we've actually got a chance of being in it. Right, I am going to put Fraser McKenna on the bench, and I always criticise him, but he is actually developing, sort of, and he has scored 3 and 6, to be fair to him. I mean, no, he hasn't. 4 of them are, okay, he scored 3 and 10, which, to be fair, isn't the worst record in the world, so maybe I'm a little bit harsh on him. Right, boys, into a very, very big game. No opposition instructions, because I'm just going to I trust my boys to go out there and be magical. And I believe in miracles and I believe in fairies, none of which have any impact on this game. Right. Do I recognise that? Who's their manager? Darren Ferguson. He's left Everton, apparently. Right. Individually, of course, we go with our normal team talk. Hopefully this goes relatively well and I don't screw it up. That would be quite nice. Lovely stuff. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Big game, first v second. Let's see how it goes. Now, being at home, naturally we are going to have a relatively good, better advantage, as we do have a very, very early chance. It's a corner kick. It doesn't really do much of it, but Harrop, are you okay, Harrop? I don't know. Are you seeing ghosts? Are you hallucinating? Do we need to do a drug test on you, Harrop, there, mate? Right, it's a big ball over the top, and Guessant with his chance to become a hero, and he's not able to make the most of it. It's a very good save from Ingram. He closed the gap pretty well, as we do have another opportunity from a set piece. Of course, Jimmy Dunn and Sam Hughes are very dominant forces when it comes to corner kicks, and hopefully they can get themselves on the score sheet here today. As it looks like, are we going to have this chance? We don't. They recycle possession here, Peterborough. Clark Harris, tackles are flying in. Oh my God, Burge. Jesus wept. What are you doing? It's a brilliant save, to be fair to Burge, but I feel like he could have made it look... Do you want to take drama classes, Burge? Because I feel like you made that look a lot more dramatised than it probably should be. But a lot of, quite a few chances very, very early on in the game. It's very even at the moment, as we do have another corner kick, except it's not for us. Unfortunately, it's for Peterborough, as... Oh, God, how do I say that? Karen Brown? I don't know. Karen Brown with a header. I don't know where Burge was going there. It seemed like that highlight was in a little bit in slow motion. As Brown... Burge... I don't know. What is the point in having players on the corners or on the sides of the goal if they're literally not going to do anything? And that does take us out of the automatic promotion spots. Oxford will be winning, I'm assuming. As Peterborough do look to increase their lead here. Dembele just goes past his man very easily. Unfortunately, his finishing isn't quite there, much like Usama Dembele. Maybe that's him. Maybe he's decided to leave Barcelona and go to Peterborough. Probably not, but, maybe Peterborough fans can hope, and maybe one day it'll happen when he's about 38 years old. Right, going into half-time, we had a very good start to the game, and we tailed off a little bit. So... Guessant's having a poor game, so I'm gonna bring on Fraser McKenna, which I feel like might cause some absolute chaos. And we're gonna bring on Max Power on for Jordan Roster. He struggled a little bit, try and get some fresh legs in the middle of the park, and I think we're gonna stick with that. Maybe we push our line up a little bit. That could be a little bit of a risk, considering I feel like Dembele is quite quick, considering he's on the wing. I don't know. He's on the wing, so he's going to be relatively quick. He is. Siriki Dembele. He's a very good dribbler of the ball, and as I thought, he's very quick. Right, going into the second half, and it's a very quick highlight. With another set piece. Harrop! You've got to. It's a cracking save from Ingram there in the Peterborough goal. Absolutely unbelievable save. I don't know how Hughes didn't finish that. I think it was Hughes, as there's so many set pieces in this game. Sam Hughes, not really a cross of the ball. He does a sensible thing and passes it to someone who can cross the ball. And that is the end of the highlight. If we can get an early goal, I feel like we can score a few here. McKenna, Mier, Power, good ball to Harrop. He's been involved in a lot of play recently. Not just in this game, as we do get the ball back. Max Powers, very long highlight. Ball to 09. It's going to be a good ball. Don't be offside. Embleton. Oh my God. If that had gone in, that would have been goal of the season immediately. Just give him the award. Right, we are getting a few extra highlights, but nothing of major goal scoring opportunities. And being 1-0 down at home, a win here will be massive, and Oxford are winning, which does make this a little bit more annoying. That's a great tackle from Embleton. I don't know how he didn't get the ball there. Coping. Hamilton. They go all the way back, which I'm a fan of. Shows we're putting the pressure on. Jones. Not really. We're putting the pressure on. We're not really doing anything with the pressure, though. Jones on the round side. Just good ball in, and it's great defending from Sam Hughes. Virgil van Dijk and Sergio Ramos are... they are buying his autobiography, it must be said. As we do come towards the latter stages of the game, I feel like we need to go a little bit more attacking. but I don't really know what to change. Dobson's had a very good game. 09 struggled, so let's bring Ola Sunday on. As it is a set piece. Moyer, ball in. We've been mixed set pieces so far, and it looks like Peterborough on the counter-attack. Marin does a very tactical foul. He's definitely going to get a yellow card. He doesn't get a yellow card. Lovely stuff, right. Let's go a bit more attacking. 5 minutes to go. Can we get ourselves a draw? 2 minutes to go. I might have left it a little bit too late here, actually, to actually do something. I'm going to do something very brave. This could... we've got nothing to lose here, to be fair, so it probably doesn't matter. We're going to do that and see if we can muster up a chance, and we don't. Harrod with a 6.1 rating. I feel like we definitely had the chances in that game to definitely do something. I mean, we look at some of the opportunities we had. We obviously had the set piece corner where I think it was Sam Hughes that had a headed shot, hit the bar, and somehow it didn't end up in the net. It wasn't converted, but Oxford did lose. They did. Wow. Swindon scoring 2 late goals in the 90th and 93rd minute. That's massive for Swindon, right? No, not really. They're just middling in mid-table. But that does keep us in the automatic spot. And that is massive for us. And that makes it a little bit not as annoying now that we've lost that game. It makes it a little bit better. Obviously, I would have loved to have won that game because it would have allowed us to be take advantage of that loss for Oxford. But where are we going to come back for the next game? We are coming towards the end of the year. Now, I feel like where do we want to come back for? I feel like the Oxford game is calling me. And then the episode after, we'll play these 3 final games to see how we get on. So we are going to come back for the Oxford game. The Oxford game is going to be massive, as it could potentially be an automatic promotion spot decider. So that game is going to be absolutely huge for us. But of course, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.